Hey guys, what's going on? It's this kid, and 9.2 just came out, so we're going to be going over the new stuff in the patch, and for this video, it's going to be the 41 brand new mounts that just came out. I'm going to go over the first set pretty quickly. I think a lot of them are pretty straightforward, but then the last set is going to be a new feature of 9.2, and it's going to be where most of the mounts are going to come from, so I'll take a little bit more time to kind of explain that process. First mount is going to be the Cryptic Aurelid, and this is going to be from the From A to Zereth achievement. From A to Zereth is going to be a meta achievement, and within that achievement, you're going to want to get Secrets of the First Ones, which is just completing the campaign. Dune Dominance, which is going to be killing 3 rare special encounters. Ciphers of the First Ones is going to be just completing the Cipher of the First Ones in its entirety. The Enlightened is going to be getting exalted with the Enlightened. Treasures of Zereth Mortis is going to be getting those rare chests around Zereth Mortis. Adventure of Zereth Mortis is going to be killing all the rare spawns in Zereth Mortis. And finally, Synthifived is going to be completing 1 Protoform Synthesis creation. I'll go over that a little bit later. That's going to be where you're going to be getting most of these mounts, but just keep it in mind you have to create at least 1 in order to get this little jellyfish looking guy. Shimmering Aurelid is going to be from the Glory of the Sepulchre Raider. It's going to be same as all the other Glory achievements. It's going to be a meta achievement, and it comes from all of the raid achievements within the Sepulchre of the First Ones. Fractal Cypher of the Carcinized Zereth Steed is going to be from the Ahead of the Curve achievement for the Jailer. Fractal Cypher of the Zereth Overseer is going to be from the Mythic Jailer. Wastewarp Deathwalker is going to be the new mount for the Keystone Master achievement this season. And then on the PvP side, the Cosmic Gladiators Soul Eater is going to be the new mount for Gladiators this season. And then again, there will be the mounts that come from just winning games above a certain rating for that season. And this season it's going to be the Vicious War Croaker. The Alliance one looks like this. And the Horde one looks like this. Next mount is going to be the Colossal Ebenclaw Mawrat, and since this is from something new, I'll go over it a little bit. This is from the Jailer's Gauntlet Layer 4, and what the Jailer's Gauntlet is you go in and there are a couple mobs. There's a elite mob that spawns from a portal, and then there's one other portal that spawns a boss. So you kill the mobs first, you kill the elite, and then you kill the boss, and you move on to the next floor. There's going to be 8 floors in total. And then once you clear those 8 floors, you clear the layer. Honestly, the whole thing is pretty fun. It took me about 15-20 minutes to do the first layer, and you get a ton of anima powers along the way, and for now it's a good time. I would recommend doing it if you are not a big Torghast person, and if you are, then you're probably going to be wanting to get this mount anyway, but yeah, cool looking mount. The next mount is going to be the Deepstar Aurelid. Another Aurelid mount or jellyfish, whatever you want to call them. This one is going to drop from Hirukon, the rare. Now, the spawn rate for Hirukon is pretty short. It's only about 15 to 20 minutes, but in order to get Hirukon to come out of its waters, and it's located at this kind of southern water here. In order to get it to come out of that water, you're going to need to do a little bit of fishing. You need an Aurelid lure, and there is a little bit of a process to that. So I'm going to make a guide in a little bit. It should be 2-3 minute video, but I will link it down below once it is complete. But in general, Hirukon is going to be located down here for that jellyfish. The next mount, Colossal Umberhide Mawrat, is going to come from Torghast layers 13 or higher. As far as I know, this is only going to come from the last boss within each wing. You're not going to get them from the random mobs that spawn inside the instance, but only from the bosses themselves. The next mount, another Mawrat, is going to be the Colossal Wraithbound Mawrat, and this is going to come from the Mossworn supply chest. It's going to be a random spawn within Zereth Mortis, and it's generally going to be in the northeast part of Zereth Mortis. There is a good map of where it can spawn on Wowhead, and I will leave that right here. The next mount is going to be the Anointed Protostag. It's going to come from Revered with the Enlightened, and it's going to cost about 5,000 anima. The next mount, the Heartlight Vombata, little pig bear looking thing. It's going to be from Exalted with the Enlightened, and same thing, it's going to cost 5,000 anima. This next mount is the Colossal Plague Spew Mawrat. This is going to drop from Iska, Outrider of Ruin, and Iska is on top of her mount Ruve, Gorger of Ruin. So during the fight, you fight Ruve, Gorger of Ruin, and Iska hops off of her mount. So technically, she's the one that drops the mount, but when you're looking for the rare, it's going to pop up on your map as Ruve, Gorger of Ruin. So be looking for that name, but technically it does drop off of Iska. The next mount is the Patient Bufonid. It's a little frog guy, and there's going to be 7 quests that you have to do that are offered by Avna in Haven inside of Zereth Mortis. They're basically all collection quests, so there's things you need to turn in like Tenebrous Ribs, Shrouded Cloth, Proto Flesh. You turn these things in for 7 days, doesn't have to be in a row, and eventually you will get the quest for this mount. It's pretty quick, there's nothing to do once you get that 7th quest, you just instantly get the mount. Okay, so the next few mounts here are going to be from Protoform Synthesis. And without going too crazy with this, it's basically something that you unlock from the 2nd row, 3rd column of the cipher of the first ones. Once you fully research that, you're going to get a quest to go to the station where you perform Protoform Synthesis. It's a little bit in northeastern Zereth Mortis. You go up there, and what you're going to see is you don't have a lot of mounts. So where the mounts come from is you get schematics from them, basically like Mechagon, and you're going to need 3 different kinds of materials for each mount. I'll make a video in the future going over how to get each schematic, but for now I'm going to go over just how to get each of the 3 materials that you need for each of these mounts. So first item, Genesis motes. Those are going to come from literally every single thing inside Zereth Mortis. It's going to be very similar to spare parts in Mechagon. You're going to have a ton of these, and you need right around 400 for each mount. The next item is going to be a lattice. So for each kind of mount, whether it's a snail or a frog or an insect, you're going to need a specific kind of lattice. So the lattices are going to drop from mobs of the same type inside of Zereth Mortis. The rares of that type are going to have a higher chance of dropping it, but in general, if you want to get a specific kind of mount, you kill that kind of mob. The next item is going to be a rare item, and it's going to be specific to the mount. You're going to get these from pretty much anything. There's not a specific place to get each one yet. Some of them are going to be from a specific rare mob. Some of them are going to be from a vendor. Sometimes it's going to be from elite mobs, sometimes from Mossworn mobs. They pretty much come from all over the place. And if you're looking for a specific mount, I would say just look it up on Wowhead. Most of the time it's going to be there. Some of the things are not on Wowhead yet, so you might have to wait a little bit. But I will try to put everything together in my next Protoform Synthesis video, but yeah. So now I'll go over each of the mounts that you can get from Protoform Synthesis and kind of give you a little picture, video, whatever I have for them. The first one is going to be the Adorned Vombata. The next one will be the Bronze Helicid. The next one here is just named Buzz. The next one is Curious Crystal Sniffer. The next one is the Darkened Vombata. Next one is named Death Runner. Forged Spiteflyer. Genesis Crawler. Goldplate Bufonid. We have Heartbond Lupine. Ineffable Skitterer. Mawdapted Raptora. Pale Regal Cervid. We have Prototype Leaper. Raptora Swooper. Russet Bufonid. We have the Scarlet Helicid. We have Serenade, another snail mount. Sundered Zereth Steed. Arachnid Creeper. Unsuccessful Prototype Fleetpod. And the last one is going to be the Vespoid Flutterer. But those are going to be all the mounts that are added in 9.2, so I'm going to be making a Protoform Synthesis guide in the future little bit more in depth, and I'm going to be making a 2-3 minute Hirukon guide for that jellyfish mount. But overall, just thanks for watching, and if you have any questions or anything, just let me know in the comments. See ya.